my wife, the smell is bothering her really bad. I'm gonna have to get rid of my 3D printers, and it really sucks because I was looking forward to them. Unless I can find, a resin that doesn't smell. And so he went on this mission to to save his marriage. Because
Hmm.
he wasn't going to get rid of his 3D printers, and his wife kept complaining he was going to have to kick her out. And I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But like, it literally came to, um, it literally came to a point where he found some resins that worked for him that not only were low odor, but that his wife couldn't detect the smell. And so he recommended them. He mentioned them, and then that company reached out to me and was like, "Hey, we'll send you a whole bunch of stuff." So they sent like all this resin and their 3D printer filaments and everything. It was super nice of them, and I still had some very very smelly resin in my printer, and I need to get it used up completely before it goes bad. And
It
I
goes bad.
Yeah, I mean, they say
Look,
it.
I'll be honest. I do not know much about 3D printing. Like,
Yeah, no,
I had a flash forward. That's
so
about it.
so it's got a shelf life, but I've used them way past their shelf life and not had a problem with them. I mean, it's just,
Okay.
I mean, obviously, they do have expiration dates on them, but I haven't encountered anything that has. I've used a resin that was expired for 5 years and it still was fine as long as it was, still a sealed bottle. Um, but yeah, so they sent it over, and I just need to basically finish out that resin that's currently in my printers, and then I can and technically it's like low enough that I could start pouring the this resin in to test it out. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Fumes from resin are often literally toxic. No, it's not the fumes. So that's like a big misconception. There's no fumes. It's just an odor. It's an unpleasant odor. It can cause headaches and stuff. The odor itself is not toxic. Resin is toxic. And sanding resin. If you sand resin, those little hardened particles that go in the air, those are toxic. But the actual smell itself is not toxic.
Hmm.
It's just not pleasant. It's very pungent.
Any kind of
VOCs.
resin? I've done resin casting before, like because I told you I work at a haunted house,
Mm-hmm.
so I've done resin casting for different haunted house props before. And of course, one of those things being resin. Like, we took bird skeletons and like plunged them into bar top resin, um, to make like a mad science scene.
Yeah.
But I mean, then I've also sanded it down, and oh, that's good to know that that's toxic. Yay. Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, well.